Hi guys, I know I'm a true mess right now, but I don't care. So, without further ado, this is what I want to tell you guys. Really know who your real and your true friends are. Because there is this one person who I really thought was a true friend, but she really wasn't. She used to be, but she's not now. I will not mention her name or anyone who was with her during what caused this ending of friendship. So, here it is. This one girl, she was a really good friend of mine in high school. I loved her to death, and I just thought she was one of the coolest people in the world. But she has definitely changed. I was recently working with her. I was going to be in a movie, and I was cast as the main role. And I was really excited. And she even thought of me when she was writing the script, like, she is definitely going to be the main character. I am willing to do many things as an actress. I'm like Jake Gyllenhaal in a sense. I'm willing to do very many things as an actress because I just love that craft. I'm actually willing to take a slap to the face because it's not that bad. I could get a bruise, but slaps I can take. But when we were going through a read-through of the script, there's a part of the script where my character is going to get punched in the face. And of course we all know there's ways to fake that, and it can look real. But she turned to me saying, "You're gonna have to take a punch for this scene." I started to laugh, thinking, "Ha ha, really, you're funny." But she looked at me like, "No, really, I'm serious, you're gonna have to take one to the face." And I was like, "Okay, really, I get it. You're joking, right?" And she said, "No, really, Ari, you're gonna have to take one for the team. You're gonna have to get punched." And you guys know I don't swear. I really don't. But I looked to her, and forgive me, but I'm not even going to censor this because it calls for it. I looked to her and I said, "Are you fucking serious?" And I tried to talk her out of it. I said, "Look, I could get my nose broken or my jaw dislocated." And she said, "No, Ari, you have to do this. Like, it's for the film. And hey, you're the one that said I'm willing to be slapped in the face, so you can take a punch to the face." And I was so scared. I was very, very scared. I thought, there's no way I can talk her out of this. So I tried to sit there quietly and try not to start crying. But I did. I started crying, and she looked over to me saying, "What's wrong?" And I was like trying to pull off like nothing's wrong, and she's like, "Oh my god, I was just kidding, calm down." And of course I was relieved to know that she was just kidding, but you don't let a joke last that long. Things like that has to be like really, really short, but no, she made it as if she was completely serious. But the worst part about that is she started to laugh at me. And she said, "I don't know, I'm sorry, but there's just something about me and my Mexican family. When we see someone crying, we start laughing." I don't think she even apologized to me on that. But I really did not care because it was done with and I just wanted to do the movie. Since it was so low budget and we only had limited time to do things, I just thought, you know what, I'll get through this. But things don't end there. She also started kind of using me in a way. Like, she'd make me chauffeur all the other actors and actresses around, even if I wasn't filming that day. That I sort of understand. Because, like, since I drive, then it shouldn't be a big deal to carry around the cast, especially since I'm a part of it, or more so I was. So that was a little more understandable. But the thing that really made me snap was what I'm going to tell you right now. One day, I got a text from a number that I did not recognize, and it said to be or not to be, and I didn't understand what that meant, nor did I know who this was, so I just asked, like, to be or not to be what? And who's this? I'm sorry, I may have lost your number a long time ago. She did not answer me, but she did say, "Well, the question is, who are you?" And I asked, "Well, who are you trying to look for?" And she did not answer me. She texted me back a few hours later, and it was nighttime. And she texted me saying, "I want to play a game." And of course, I'm getting fed up with this. She didn't tell me who she was. And so I said to her, "Look, I'm really getting tired of this. So just tell me who you are and fess up now, or I really will call the cops. I'm not kidding here." I was going to do it. And she said, I call your bluff. You might want to calm down here. You don't even know what my game is. Don't try to make me angry. And so that's threatening. I did what I promised, and I told her, call in the cops right now, sucker. And so I did, because I didn't want to leave an empty promise. And this person was a creeper. Who knows who this person could have been? And I gave them a chance. So I did what I said that I was going to do, and I called the cops, and they were going to send a deputy over to my house, but I didn't want that because I didn't think that they were outside my house. They were just not leaving me alone, but they still decided to send over a deputy. And she texted back saying, like, why are you freaking out so much? Like, I'm just having fun here. And I said, you're threatening me and you're not telling me who you are. So, like, how am I freaking out? I'm doing what I promised. I don't remember exactly what I said, but that doesn't matter. But she texted me saying, whoa, calm your down. It's just me and this person, a friend of hers, and she told me to calm down. And of course, I was upset and embarrassed. I was very embarrassed because first I had to ask my father, may I call the cops because someone like messing with me. I was embarrassed that I had to call the cops again to tell them to turn around because it was just a really sick joke. So I did that, but first I called her saying, look, that really wasn't funny. I could have been in serious trouble. Like, you don't just do that. And like, she was all laughing, saying, whoa, calm down, Ari. But I hung up, and I proceeded to call the cops to tell them to turn around, and they almost made it to my door. The cops are in my neighborhood. Like, they were just about to step out of their car to go to my house. And that was a close call. And I did not want my father to go through that. So she texted me back saying, like, why did I freak out? I told her, I seriously called the cops. Like, they were on their way to my door. And she said, I still think you're bluffing about the cops. And I told her, look, I forgive you for doing this to me, but that's really not cool. You don't just do that. Like, I could have been in serious trouble with the cops, and my father could have gotten in trouble. And she had the nerve to say, you didn't call the cops. Actually, it's me and blank that should be the ones to forgive you. And we do. Happy face. I was on the verge of crying. She's saying like she's doing me a favor for something that she did that was so rude and horrible to me. And so I told her, look, you're really upsetting me right now, so please leave me alone. Like, I did not want to fight her because I didn't want to have this ruin our relationship, and I was really hoping that she would just apologize to me. But the last thing that she sent to me was, well, ta-ta. And that was it. I was waiting for a few days for her to just say, you know what, I'm really sorry, that was not cool. I didn't mean for it to go that far. But she never did. She really never did. So I blocked her wherever she'd be able to contact me. And the only thing that she asked me through a text was, did you delete me on Facebook? I didn't reply. She does not deserve my reply. In conclusion, guys, really know who your real friends are, because people like her, they're not real friends. To the point where you have to call the cops because you think that you're in danger, or potentially you could be in danger. Those aren't real friends. That's not real love. It's not cool. Leave a comment below, just a story of a friend who really wasn't a real friend. I really hope that if you do have those right now, I hope that this inspired you to let go of those people, because they are not worth your time at all. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope that this did not disturb you in any way. I feel like I was really serious, and I don't know, I feel like a sense of anger right now, and I'm sorry if that is. And do know I still forgive her for doing this to me, even if she's not sorry. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm Goddess Ariana, and know who your true friends are. Peace, love, equality, and rock and roll. Bye.